All right, welcome back to the Knives Fast channel. It is time for another review, so say hello to Ren and Stimpy and Powder Toast Man and Log and TV. And what the heck, let's get started. This is the Brass Brigade Jason Grant gripper. Now, you guys know I actually, crazy enough, won this knife, and Jason actually sort of customized it a little bit for me. So stinking cool. I did my unboxing thinking not really my blade shape, but I'll probably like it. And I am absolutely, I'll just tip you guys off, spoiler alert, loving this knife. It is easily in my top 2 or 3 knives. And we'll talk about why in this review. So let's do it, man. And by the way, just a little tip. These are currently available, and I think it may only be the black PVD version that's left, but you want to check his website based on when you're watching this. And they are down to $300. And so check it out. So you've got this, again, black PVD coated titanium frame lock. And guys, it is mean and angry looking. It is fragged all the way up to here. And then you've got sort of like a bolster flat up here, and it is kind of a little, I wouldn't say distressed, but it's kind of got maybe a little stonewash to it or something like that. On mine, you have a black pivot collar. I think he's got them in brass maybe, and maybe purple. I don't know for sure, so check with him. Again, it is a frame lock. You do have a lock bar interface. You do have silver hardware, including the pivot there. You have a black milled titanium pocket clip with about that much sticking out of your pocket. You got his Grant, I think that is what that is. Or that might be the B from Brass Brigade. Is that what that is? Hold on, I'm looking at it. I don't know. It's either a B or a G, but there you go. You do have a long back spacer. Comes around. Now, this one, he actually sanded down these flats on this jimping so that it would sort of match. Look at that on the blade. Really, really cool. I think Jason did an awesome job with that. Now, really cool knife. And what I like is you don't have, I mean, again, you've got the texture of the frag, but it doesn't interfere with you when you get over here to these flat areas. Now, it is flat, but it is chamfered off just enough. We'll do a comparison with some other knives here, or maybe on this video, maybe on another video. We'll see. And I've already beat it up a little bit, but anyway, that's what you do. I use my knives, and I have already used this one, and you'll see that probably on the blade a little bit, but that's okay. Again, very, very nicely done. Now, you do have 3 millings here on the lock bar, and it is a thin lock bar. You do have good access. I mean, I wouldn't call it phenomenal, but it's not even. It does stick up just a little bit. You can get over there. It moves really easily because of those 3 cutouts. So I think that's a pretty big deal. He didn't have to give you a ton of entrance into that lock bar. Don't do that, by the way. Wow, that is the first time I have nicked myself with this knife, and I would do it right in the middle of the review, of course. And again, it's barely anything, but I'm going to be careful and not get it all over the knife and gross you guys out. So that's the first time I've done that, because normally I'm not that far back. I was doing that to basically show you guys how easy it was to disengage. See, I took one for the team. There you go. I'm normally up here, and then this part comes on me, and you just shake it down. So I'm not normally, now I'm skittish, and I have not done that at all on this knife, and I would do it right in the middle of the review. But it's good that you guys got to see, if you're not careful, what might happen. And man, just to prove how sharp this knife is, it got me pretty good. So there we go. We're going to move on and keep on going. As a matter of fact, you guys take a beautiful peek at this knife while I slap a Band-Aid on so that I can just keep on rolling. But really beautiful knife. Now, this is a bigger knife, and you guys know I dig the larger knives. And Jason, I'm really sorry, man, for doing a review whereby I cut myself. That's great. So, there we go. So we have the Band-Aid on now and we're good to go. So really cool. Now you do have a fuller all the way across there. You have a hole here. You can middle finger flick that hole. And guys, look, this is what I normally do. I let it down onto my thumb and I get out of the way. I've done that every time I have deployed this knife. I literally was just trying to show you how easy it was to move the lock bar without a lot of access. And it is, as you can see. So just be careful. And again, it's not going to be a problem. I have flicked this thing 1,000 times and I have not done that. So, you can flick it from the fuller, you can flick it from the hole, easily. You can thumb flick it from the fuller. Hold on. I did it yesterday, I swear. There we go. And you can thumb flick it easily from the hole. You have a backside flipper, which is really low profile, but it's got some good jimping and grip there. And then you can front flip it, which I'm not good at, but I can do it very, very nicely. So now, again, 4-finger knife easily. As you can see, very, very easily 4-finger knife for me, even with this sort of locking you in here. You do have a place to choke up here. I kind of tend to be back like this on it because it's not huge. You do have jimping. It is very ferocious jimping, but it's not a big deal. If you get in place, it's not going to irritate you. If you go back and forth across it, it might. Not a big deal. You do have this wonderful hollow grind that brings this fairly thick stock down to an extremely thin edge. Look at how deep that hollow is, guys. And then, of course, you end up with this ridiculously thin tip. That fuller just makes it look so stinking cool. Now, this is a pokey, stabby guy. You can see I've been using it to get into packages. I have carried this a bunch, and I've only had it maybe a week and a half, 2 weeks. And it has been a workhorse. Now, just to show you that, I got some of my friendly neighborhood cardboard here. If I can I get it on camera? Here we go. I mean, guys, let's go out near the tip. There we go. Let's come back like this. It just annihilates cardboard. This thing is a material eater. I mean, look at that. It is just, and paper, it does the same thing. I like to show the cardboard because cardboard has so many layers that if you end up with a really clean cut like that, you know you've got something. I mean, look how clean that is. It is a slicer, guys. It is incredible. Now, I've talked in my streams about how thin this tip is, and it does worry me a little bit. I'm not going to stab it into a tree, guys. I'm not going to, pry with it. I'm not going to do any of that. It's no thinner than the tip on a paramilitary 2, a PM2. You guys know I had a PM2, and people always told me all the time, you're going to break the tip. You're going to break the tip. You're going to break the tip. I never broke the tip on mine. I sold it, because I wanted to, and because I'm always trying to get more knives in here. I miss my PM2, but this is that kind of a tip. Now, it is very pokey stabby. Would I be careful? Yes. Are you going to break this tip off? I seriously, highly doubt it, but I don't know because I haven't tried. Now, I wouldn't stuff it into a tree or, like I said, pry it stuff. Probably wouldn't do any heavy carving near the tip with it, but this isn't really a carving knife. Beautiful Wharncliffe blade, by the way. Just absolutely gorgeous. Now, these are made by Best Tech, and they are absolutely phenomenal. Now, again, it's a 3.5-inch blade with a hollow grind. It is running on ceramic bearings, hardened steel lock bar insert, easy lock bar access, multiple deployment, and that kind of thing. Now, I don't see some of the specs I normally give on his website, which I will put in the description. This guy overall is, oh, come on, you can do this. 8.5 inches overall, and that handle, the grip length is 3 3/4, almost a little further than that, actually. All right, let's do, and again, I'm not going to go too far on this first comparison because I'm going to do a separate comparison video of these two knives because there are a lot of similarities. Oh, didn't do my weight yet. I'll do that in just a minute. So there, guys, is my Nimble X. Here, we'll hold them up because it'll be easier to see. There is my Nimble X and the Grant Gripper. Now, the Nimble X, again, really great knife. You know I love it. And I almost gave up some things I'm going to give in my comparison video, so I'm not going to do that. It is a little bit smaller, but a great size still. Now, our other comparisons, of course, we will do the Ontario Rat 1. And, guys, it is roughly the same size as the Rat 1, both in height and in length. And it is shorter than the Rat 2, as you can see here. So really, really cool. Now, let's do that awesome weight. I don't know why the weight is awesome. But anyway, I'm just curious what the weight is. And again, we're not going to do the comparison on that right now because I'm going to do a video on that. So let's put my scale up here. And you guys see that? Yeah, just barely. Let's let it zero out. Yep. And the falling over gripper is 5.64 ounces. But I'm telling you guys, at 8.5 inches, it doesn't carry that way. It carries very, very thin in the pocket, as you can see. Very thin in the pocket. It is, let's see, where are my... Oh, yeah, my calipers are dead. I got to get a new battery. So we're not going to do that right now. But it feels fairly thin through here. Ergonomics, I didn't really talk about that a lot. Now, forefinger back here feels great, feels good here. Now, my only thing about that choil is you kind of need to stay back because it does thin out right here quite a bit and kind of pinch you a little. But if you stay back like this, that choke-up point feels really, really nice in the hand. Ergonomics are great. Now, lock up on this one, no way is it moving. No lock rock, no blade play. It is locked up at about a 50, I would call it. And again, just really well done. And pay no attention to the Band-Aid. But that's totally me, guys. Seriously. Totally screwed up by just goofing around. Now, I don't usually just sort of move all over the lock bar and try things, but I wanted to definitely do that in the review so I could show you how easy it was to dislodge the lock bar. And as you can see, it's really easy. So there you go. That is my review, and man, I just looked at the clock. We are over. That might tell you how much I really adore this knife, guys. I am way over the time I usually spend in a review. I really, really enjoy this knife. I doubt very seriously this is going anywhere anytime soon or ever. I love this knife. It is literally one of my top 3 in my collection right now. And the funny thing is, I wasn't feeling this knife when I saw it in pictures. It wasn't really one that I was interested in. And then I decided, hey, if I win it, I can review it and, maybe pass it on or something. Definitely reviewing it, not passing it on. Really love it. So again, $300. I'll leave the link down in the description. You can check it out. There are still some left. Definitely. And I need to wrap this up because we are at 14 minutes, which is almost embarrassing for a channel called KnivesFAST. But hey, sometimes you just got to give your thoughts, and that's what we got. So there you go, guys. The Grant Gripper from Brass Brigade. Check it out. Give me a thumbs up. Give me a comment down below. Let me know if this is one you're interested in or one you have. And guys, if you're not subscribed, please consider doing so. And thanks for watching the KnivesFAST channel.